Hi, everyone. Welcome back to Dave's Top 3,000 Songs of the Rock Era. Today I'm up to song number 2512, and that one is I Like It Like That by Chris Kenner. This came out in 1961. It went to number two, both um, Billboard Pop charts and the Billboard R&B chart. And Anyway, it's a pretty big song that year. He didn't have very many hits. I'll get into Chris Kenner in a minute, but just want to talk about this song a little bit first. Not a whole lot to say about it. It's an R&B song. It's just kind of a I don't even know what you call it. Sort of like a dance song, but they're talking about this place called I Like It Like That. The chorus is come on, let me show you where it's at. Come on, let me show you where it's at. Come on, let me show you where it's at. The name of the place is I Like It Like That. It's kind of a mindless song, but I like it. I don't know. I just remember the first time I heard it, I thought it was kind of catchy and I thought it was kind of funny. And the verses are spoken, even though the chorus is sung. Just talking about what happens to him at this club called I Like It Like That, and I guess it's a pretty fun and pretty loose club where pretty much everything goes. That's all the song's about, I guess. I guess it was a pretty big hit, not just for Chris Kenner, who wrote it. It was also co-written by another his producer, who was another R&B artist, Alan Toussaint, and it was covered later in 1965 by the Dave Clark Five. They had a lot of covers of R&B oldies from late 50s and early 60s, and I guess this was just one of them. And I've heard Dave Clark Five's version as well. I'm not sure which one I like better. I don't even remember whether the Dave Clark Five version made my list or not. If it did, it's coming up pretty soon. I kind of think I didn't put the Dave Clark Five's version in because I don't really think I like it as much as Chris Kenner's for some reason. Maybe it just lacks the soul or something. I don't know. But anyway, yeah, pretty big hit for him. And now I'm just going to talk about Chris Kenner. Here's a picture of him. You can see he was a pretty big guy. He was born in, coincidentally, I think that was his real name, Christopher Kenner. And he was born in a town called Kenner, Louisiana. And I guess I don't know exactly where Kenner is, but I think it's probably near New Orleans. I know that he grew up in New Orleans, as I'm sure a lot of you guys know. There was a lot of R&B and soul music that came from New Orleans. A lot of great jazz too. Biggest artist I know of is Louis Armstrong, immortal jazz musician. Um, but anyway, I guess Chris Kenner was from around there too, and he only had a few hits. Actually, only two Billboard Hot 100 hits, three if you include his R&B hits. I'll just go through them. His first hit wasn't a pop hit; it was an R&B hit. This was in 1957. It was called "Sick and Tired." That one went to number 13. 1961, he had the song on Future Today, I Like It Like That, which went to number two both on the Billboard Hot 100 and the Billboard R&B charts. And then finally, in 1962, he had a song called Land of a Thousand Dances that went to number 77 pop. Wasn't an R&B hit. And I've never heard Chris Kenner's version of Land of a Thousand Dances, but this is a really excellent song. And I think I have two versions of this song coming up on my list later. The next cover, the next big hit cover was by I think it was a white group, I guess what do you call it, a garage band called Cannibal and the Headhunters. Uh, they had kind of a weird version of this song. And then later, I think it was a much better cover the following year, 1966, by Wilson Pickett. He had a really great version of Land of a Thousand Dances. I really like Wilson Pickett, by the way. One of my favorite soul musicians, actually. And his version's coming up pretty high on my list. Um, yeah, is that all I want to say? Pretty much. Well, I have kind of a funny story I might as well tell you guys. It's not about the song I Like It Like That. It's about a land of a thousand dances. I remember, I don't know why, but for some crazy reason, in the late '80s, I was into professional wrestling. I used to watch a lot of professional wrestling on TV. Even though it's all a joke, everybody knows it's fake. It's not a real sport. It's just kind of mindless entertainment. But I remember, that it wasn't just wrestling they did. They were doing a big show where all these professional wrestlers were singing a land of 1,000 dances. Must have been like 20 or 30 of them. I don't know. There was like Hulk Hogan and Mr. T and I don't even remember who else. And one of the guys who was singing was actually a manager. I remember he was the manager of this kind of transvestite wrestler named Adrian Adonis. His name what was it, Hart? I can't remember his first name right now. I think it was Jerry Hart or something. He was actually a member another group from the '60s called the Gentrys. Yeah, sorry, I can't remember his first name, but they were all putting in lines. They kind of ad libbed a bunch of lines to "Land of 1,000 Dances," and they were talking about all these terrible things they were going to do to I guess their opponent, the guy they wanted to beat up. And when it was Hart's turn, he said, "I'm going to steal your girlfriend." I just thought that was hilarious, so I just thought I'd mention that. I don't know why. But anyway, that concludes my feature on I Like It Like That by Chris Kenner. Thank you for watching. You guys rock, and I'll see you next time. Bye.